guys! For today's video, we are going to talk all about the feels. Oh yeah. The 3 things that you need to know if you have a crush on your friend or your best friend. And I bet you your stomach is in your mouth right now. I bet you your cheeks are flushed and you got a little hummingbird inside of your heart chamber. I know that you are thinking of that specific person right now. Well, guess what? I have been there too, and these are 3 pieces of advice that you need to know if you've got a crush on your friend or your best friend. The first thing that you need to know is that no matter what happens, that relationship will never be the same. There are so many people who are friends and they think that if they end up being in a relationship, that their friendship is just so strong or so good that it can go back just the way it was. Let me tell you, once you get into a relationship with someone, that dynamic will be forever changed. There is no going back to the way it used to be. Now that could be good or that could be bad. It could be amazing because the dynamic that maybe you have in the future is completely different in a better way. But it could also be negative, and if you guys end up breaking up and if the dynamic in the future isn't the same, you'll never be able to go back to the way it was. So again, this can be positive or negative, but I see so many people who go into relationships thinking that their friendship and their bond is so strong that nothing can ruin that. And the truth is, it's going to change, either for better or for worse. And when you think about it, every single relationship that you're ever in, you're either going to end up together forever or you're gonna break up. That is what happens in every single relationship. And regardless of how good friends you are in the beginning, something is going to happen in which that dynamic is going to change, which can either make you closer or it can make you farther apart. But it's not going to be the same, so don't kid yourself. Number 2 is be careful of how you read into signs. Your brain is going to see what it wants to see. Let's say that you and that special person are talking on the phone at like 2 a.m. and this person is discussing relationships, and you go to your other best friend and you're like, oh my God, we were talking about relationships at 2 a.m. or this person wants to meet my family, or oh my God, this person waited for me after work or after school by the hallways, they're totally into me. Or we were watching TV and all of a sudden we started cuddling, like oh my God, we are meant for each other. Let me tell you, if this is a person that you are friends with, that you already have an established relationship with, don't misread those signs. If this is a stranger that's calling you at 2 a.m. or a stranger that's cuddling with you, watching a movie or doing something, okay. But if this is your best friend probably called you at 2 a.m. because he or she wants to talk to you and trusts you. Your best friend probably waited at the end of the hallway at work or at school because they wanted to have a conversation with you. They wanted to see what was going on or spend some time with you. And even if they're cuddling with you, dude, I still cuddle with my mom. For me, that's a very normal thing. So instead of reading into signs and twisting those into a way that your mind wants to see them, communicate. Ask, don't assume. If you are reading into all these signs and it's something that you're really into because you're into this person, you can twist all those situations into seeing, oh my God, this person wants me. And the truth is, they're your friend. Of course they want to be around you. Of course they like you as a person. Of course they want to be close to you. Even if we love each other as friends, that's what we do as humans. But if you have this relationship kind of thing in mind, you can sometimes twist that in your head. So instead of assuming, be sure to ask. I know it's hard, but communicate. Have a conversation. Don't just assume. The very 3rd thing that you need to know is that this could end up being the last person you ever date. If you really are into this person, and if you ask about signs instead of assuming, and if you start dating this person, this could be your partner for life. If you ever look at really cute old couples, they often talk about, oh my God, we've been married for 60 years. I'm so blessed that my husband or my wife is my best friend. And that's true. When you are in a strong, healthy relationship like that, the partner that you're with is really like your rock and your stone, and you are that for yourself and for them as well because you are both whole in the relationship. And a lot of great relationships start off as friendships because if you're already friends, you probably have some of the same ideas. You probably like some of the same things. You probably have some of the same hobbies and the same pastimes, and you already like being around each other. So if romantic feelings start to develop, this person could literally be the last person you ever date. Now that being said, you also have to know that if this person is your friend, they know you inside and out, and they accept you inside and out. They know that you pick your nose and you eat your boogers. They know when you are PMSing and on your period. They also know when you're lying. So if you're gonna play games, if you're going to be catty, if you're going to be snotty, if you're gonna say, I'm fine when something's wrong, they're your best friend and they're gonna know. So don't think that there is any room to play around or play games or play mischievous, because this person loves you and already accepts you for who you are and probably knows you a little bit better than you know yourself. So just keep that in mind when it comes to relationships. Now, if you do not see yourself with this person for the rest of your life, is it really a good idea to start dating them, even if you guys have romantic feelings? Because at the same time, you have to think that if you already have these things in common, if you have the same morals and values, that's a very strong foundation for a relationship if you both feel the same way. But now let's say that you're the kind of person who wants to have a big house and a fancy car and work a 9 to 5 and maybe have kids. And let's say that your best friend is somebody who wants to live out of a backpack and adventure and travel the world and maybe not even have kids in the future. That can make a great friendship, but if you guys both have very differing ideas on life, that's basically asking one of those two people to change their entire view of how they see their life in 20 years to accommodate to this other person. So you have to consider that even if you guys have a strong foundation and enjoy the same interests, if you do not have a similar life idea, or if you are not willing to work through differences to create a similar life idea, that can be exceedingly difficult. But then again, this is the person who knows you better than you know yourself, and if you're already friends, that's a great foundation for a relationship. So this person could be your end-all be-all. I know that you are thinking of that specific person right now, and I want you to remember to always lead with your heart, but steer with your mind. Little word of advice from somebody who's been there. Also, that being said, be sure to hit or tap the subscribe and notification bell before you hit or tap anything else, because that little subscribe bell tells you when I upload new content talking about life, relationships, health, veganism, food, fitness, faces, skincare, you name it. I really hope that this video was helpful to you if these are feelings that you are currently navigating, and I want you to know that there are other people who've been there too. Always know that I love you, and remember that it is you that puts the you in beauty. So I hope you found this helpful, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.